In last video, we have discussed about Sun in the 7th house of the horoscope. In this video, we are going to talk about what happens when you have Moon in the 7th house of your horoscope. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic Astrology. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You'll be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. If you have any question, you can comment down below to any of the YouTube videos, or if you are on Instagram, you can DM me on Instagram. I read all the DMs and I try to reply to almost all the DMs. And if you're looking for readings and consultation, check out the link into the description section. Also, if you have not watched the Rahu in Ardra Nakshatra video, I highly recommend go on the following link and you will have the link to watch that video on your email. Just check out the link into the description section. So Moon in the 7th house of the horoscope. What is Moon? Moon is your mind. Sun is your soul and Moon is your mind. It is very interesting to compare Moon with Sun. So you will have an idea what kind of outcome it can bring. So what element Moon can bring into the 7th house? Sun is reliable, Moon is fluctuating. Sun is morning, Moon is night. Sun is public, Moon is private. Sun is father, Moon is mother. Sun is about the self-esteem and ego. Moon is about the emotional stability and nourishment. Sun is about the 10th house of the horoscope. Moon is about the 4th house of the horoscope. Sun also represents the 5th house, but it is more of a public life, like to go out and, create the difference in one's life is what Sun signifies. Sun is the Karaka of the soul. If you're looking for the life purpose, Sun becomes very important. 7th house is the house of others. It is the western horizon, and the interesting thing about horizon is it is always elusive. If you reach out to certain horizon, there is always another horizon waiting for you. So 7th house is all about the other people, and these other people can be your spouse, can be your partners, your business partner, or the general public. 1st house is yourself, 7th house is the public. So how people look at you can also be seen with the condition of the 7th house and the 7th lord. 7th house is also the house of traveling. 7th house is the house of movement. So foreign travels can also be seen with the 7th house. And Moon is the fluctuation. So it will be interesting to see what kind of results it can bring in with this respect. We'll talk about this later in this video. 7th house is also the house of destination. 7th house is also the house of interaction. What is business? Business is nothing but the exchange of goods and services and creating value in others' life. For the exchange of money is business. So 7th house is the business, 7th house is the interaction, 7th house is one of the Maraka houses. So death can also be seen from the 7th house. And more than death, it is all about the endings. In the 1st house, we have sunrise. Now it is coming to an end. In the 7th house, on the western horizon, it is the sunset. It is the end of one cycle. And after this, the evening and night time begins. Another cycle until sunrise. So the endings can also be seen with the 7th house. 7th house is all about the partnership, as we know. 7th house is 4th places away from the 4th. That is the Bhavad Bhavam for the 4th, as well as 10th from the 10th. So 7th house is also the ultimate house for your career. So 7th house is the Bhavad Bhavam for the two of the Kendra houses, 4th from the 4th and 10th from the 10th. So it becomes super important. And the planet sitting in the 7th house directly aspects this ascendant and brings in its own element on the native's personality. Today we have Moon with us in the 7th house. Let's talk about Moon in the 7th house. The planet of fluctuation is coming into the house of traveling. The person with the 7th house Moon travels a lot. This can be a long distance journey because 7th house is the foreign thing. So it can be a long distance journey. Moon is the planet of nourishment and is all about your mind. Where is your mind? Now your mind is in the 7th house of the horoscope. So this makes a person focus on their spouse for emotional stability as well as for nourishment. So the person with the 7th house Moon is connected to their spouse emotionally. And they seek emotional support from their spouse. Moon is the planet of nourishment and 7th house is the house of others. So these people like the person with the 7th house Moon like other people appreciating him. That gives him the sense of nourishment. That gives him boost. That gives him happiness. When somebody appreciates him, when a public appreciates him, he likes it. 7th house is the house of relationships and Moon is the planet of nourishment. More so, it is also the planet of fluctuation. So these people are often changing their minds when it comes to a relationship. The person with the 7th house Moon is not firm like a sun. It is always changing. And now this fluctuation is into the 7th house of relationship. So these people are having this fluctuating energy in their relationship. Now they can feel up and down in their relationships. 7th house is the house of others and Moon is the planet of nourishment and emotions. So these people need other people's validations and other people's support for them to be happy. And most of the times they do get it because of this placement. Okay. So from the 7th house, Moon aspects the 1st house. 1st house is the house of your body, physical body, and your perspective towards life. How you look at life can also be seen with the Moon. Can also be seen with the 1st house. And now it is aspected by the Moon from the 7th house. Now this again brings in the element of fluctuation in the personality of the native. The person with the Moon in the 7th house has to be firm in his decisions, with his emotions, with his health, with his physical body. Okay? So yes, this is Moon in the 7th house of your horoscope. So what to watch next? If you are on my channel for the first time, I would recommend you to go to a playlist called How to Get Started into Vedic Astrology, or the Rising Signs, or the RetroGrade Planet series. I would recommend you to start with any of these playlists. Okay. So yes, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace.